shiny object syndrome. My good friend Joe Nigo used to say, that guy is like a one-eyed dog in a meat market, right? And the one-eyed dog, he's looking around and he's panting around and all he sees is cuts of meat and he's in a frantic state. Well, that's one of the dynamics we have today. You know, my kids are obviously younger than me. They span from 20 to 30. They've grown up with the cell phones. They've grown up pure in the era of technology and the internet and social media and all the different dynamics. You know, here we are, and Apple just celebrated its 15-year anniversary of the iPhone. Well, my kids, for the most part, they never know life without an iPhone. They wouldn't know what a flip phone is to save their life. They wouldn't know what a home phone is. I don't think our kids could ever remember a time when we actually had a home phone, a physical phone that rang in our house. In fact, I remember my daughter Amy, for her 18th birthday, she wanted a rotary dial phone in her room. She thought that was like the coolest thing, kind of an antique. And I'm laughing because that's still in my home in Dublin, you know. So we think in terms of technology, but we often then miss out that we can contribute. Those of us who are not technologically minded, or I'm never going to write code. So therefore, sometimes people don't believe they should participate in the creative process and the innovation process. So beware of shiny object syndrome. The first thing is that new is exciting. And that is both great news and it is a cautionary tale. Because we can get really hooked up on the new, right? It's kind of like eating sugar. We know we need energy. You know, in Europe, one of the things I like is when you see labels on food in Europe, it doesn't say calories, it says energy. And so they don't say this is 1,200 units of calories, they'll say 1,200 units of energy, which is kind of a cool way. And sometimes you'll see this energy, you'll see like in Ireland, we don't have the Snickers bar, we have a Marathon bar. And you look at it and it has how many units of energy it has. Oh, it can also fool you to think this is good for you, right? Well, just like that candy bar, it can give you energy, but it's also the kind of energy we know that helps you crash and burn. So short-term sugar highs run out. Caffeine highs run out. Booze highs run out. The same with innovation. So new is exciting, which is great. And we want that excitement, especially in business. But we got to be aware that sometimes it's a sugar high. Can you get the energy from a more prodigious source? We're going to talk about that when we get into the ingredients for energy. Super author Jack Kerouac, he says, great things are not accomplished by those who yield to trends and fads and popular opinion. And obviously, shiny object syndrome in the form of innovation can often be very trendy and very faddish. Frank Capra, great producer and director, said, don't follow trends, start trends. And then John Updike said, Americans have been conditioned to respect newness, whatever it costs them. And there's no question that's the case today. You know, I've had conversations with my kids where they've been working hard, they've been saving and investing since they were 5 years old. And all of their friends in college, especially my college-age kids, oh, they're into crypto and they're trading crypto and they want to be crypto brokers. And I'm sitting here talking and we're having these discussions and they feel like all their buddies have passed them by and passed them by. Now all their buddies are coming going, I've lost everything. I've lost 70% of my money. I've lost 70% of my investments because they were caught up in that shiny new object. And my kids have been chipping away on these fundamental investments. And now all of a sudden, my kids, each one of them are well on their way long term. If they hold for a long time, they'll all have their own individual fortunes that they've earned, they've saved, and they've invested for. Because we didn't get caught up in the shiny object syndrome.